and welcome to Fast and Factual. My name is Utsav Parekh and I'll take you through the top 50 stories of the day. Let's begin. The chief of Russia's Wagner mercenary group has said that some 20,000 of its troops have been killed in Bakhmut. Yevgeny Prigozhin said he had recruited about 50,000 prisoners to fight with Wagner. About 20% of them have been killed. The battle in the Ukrainian city of Bakhmut has been going on for months now. Wagner recently claimed again to have taken over the city. The Wagner group has said that it has started withdrawing its troops from the city of Bakhmut. Wagner is transferring its positions to regular Russian troops. Wagner's chief also said that his forces will return to the battleground in Bakhmut if Russian soldiers are unable to manage the situation. Ukraine claims to have shot down all 36 Iranian-made drones launched by Russia in an overnight attack. Ukraine claims the attack was aimed at infrastructure and military facilities. President Volodymyr Zelensky said it was an uneasy night. The head of Ukraine's military has claimed that it was the 12th attack on Kyiv this month. The Netherlands wants to give Ukrainian pilots F-16 training as soon as possible. The training would be coordinated with Belgium, Denmark, the UK, and other countries. F-16s are American jets used by NATO. Ukraine wants to use them against Russia. The NATO chief has said that training the Ukrainian pilots would not make NATO a party to the conflict. China has responded to reports that Chinese hackers are spying on critical US infrastructure. Foreign Ministry spokesperson has said that the hacking allegations are a collective disinformation campaign from the Five Eyes countries. That's how China referred to the US, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, and the UK. Earlier, a report had said that state-sponsored Chinese hacking group Volt Typhoon was spying on US infrastructure. The president of the Democratic Republic of Congo has arrived in China. He's beginning a state visit at the invitation of Chinese President Xi Jinping. China and the Democratic Republic of Congo have shared cordial relations for more than half a century. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' presidential bid is off to a rocky start. He made the announcement over Twitter. The launch did not go smoothly. Twitter repeatedly crashed during DeSantis' highly anticipated live audio chat. It had dropped some of the users who were trying to join. Elon Musk has blamed the problems on the number of listeners on Twitter Spaces. Former US President Donald Trump is leading in an opinion poll for Republican candidates. It was conducted from May 18th to the 22nd. It showed that 56% of the people prefer Trump to Florida's Ron DeSantis. DeSantis was polling at just 25%. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida met Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe in Tokyo. Wickremesinghe said that he and Kishida made remarkable headway as far as debt restructuring talks are concerned. This is the first meeting between the Japanese and Sri Lankan leaders since last September. Sri Lanka secured a $2.9 billion bailout from the IMF in March. Canada and Saudi Arabia have announced the normalization of diplomatic ties. The diplomatic ties between the two countries went sour in 2018 over human rights. Each side will now appoint a new ambassador. The move was prompted by discussions between Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman in November last year. Political unrest continues in Pakistan. In the latest, former Prime Minister Imran Khan's Tehreek-e-Insaf party has been hit with more resignations. Senior Vice President Fawad Chaudhry has become one of the latest high-profile politicians to resign. This comes as another blow for Khan. Meanwhile, Pakistan's Defence Minister has said that the government is considering a ban on the PTI. A massive fire broke out in a large multi-story building in central Sydney in Australia. Over 30 fire trucks and 120 firefighters have been deployed to control the blaze. Eyewitnesses say they heard a loud crash and felt the ground shaking before the walls of the building collapsed. Emergency services have cordoned off the area. A village in Spain's northeastern region was hit by a barrage of hail. Streets were covered in ice as hailstorms swept through the region. The hailstorm damaged vehicles. It caused flooding in some homes, causing problems for local residents. The storm comes as Spain battles with extreme heat and drought in its other parts. Super Typhoon Mawar has made landfall in the U.S. territory of Guam. Mawar was declared a Category 4 typhoon on Wednesday. Winds that were over 240 kilometers per hour battered the island. Incessant rainfall caused flash floods in low-lying areas. No deaths or injuries have been reported. However, at least 6 people were killed as floods hit the central regions of Afghanistan. Heavy rains funneled down mountain valleys, washing away hundreds of homes. Rescue and rehabilitation efforts are on in the flood-hit regions. German authorities searched 15 properties linked to the climate activist group Last Generation. The group is known for causing large-scale disruptions to traffic by gluing themselves to the road. Prosecutors are investigating the group over the suspicion of them forming a criminal organization. However, no arrests have been made. Meanwhile, the group has said that its protests were transparent and it had no criminal intent. After the police raids, the group said they will continue to resist. Switzerland has fined over 100 climate activists who blocked the tarmac at Geneva Airport on Tuesday. The activists were charged for breaking into Europe's flagship private jet event. Swiss police arrested 103 protesters. They were charged with a range of fines and offences. However, everyone detained was released after the fines were imposed. Countries gathered at the United Nations to pledge over $2 billion for countries in the Horn of Africa. However, according to UN officials, at least $7 billion are required to fight the crisis in the region. The region continues to suffer from one of its longest ever droughts. Water shortage threatens over 43 million people in Kenya, Ethiopia and Somalia.
The lives and livelihoods of millions.
The foreign ministers of Brazil and the UK met in Brasilia to discuss the impact of climate change. At the meeting, Britain pledged over $98 million to the Amazon Fund. The fund has been created to fight deforestation in the Amazon rainforest. Britain will also fund research about the impact of rising carbon dioxide levels on the Amazon. According to a new report, European countries have been exporting 90% of their used clothes to African and Asian countries. Europe generates over 6 million tons of textile waste every year. Some of it is recycled in Europe, while the majority is exported to Africa and Asia. The report also analyzed the alarming impact of textile waste on the environment. African and Asian countries have been using large-scale industries to recycle the textiles. This is causing higher emissions of carbon dioxide and other pollutant gases. The German economy has entered a technical recession in the first quarter of this year. Data shows a downward revision of the GDP from 0 to minus 0.3% for the first 3 months of the year. This comes after Germany reported a 0.5% contraction in the last quarter of 2022. Vietnam-based electric vehicle maker VinFast has said it's recalling all of the first batch of its vehicles that it shipped to the US last year. The move comes after authorities in the US said over 900 vehicles showed a software error. In February, VinFast recalled more than 2,000 cars sold domestically. This was done over an issue with the front brake of some models. Japanese brand Uniqlo has reportedly decided to leave Russia. The brand had suspended its operations in the country in March 2022. That was right after Russia had invaded Ukraine. But even though the brand has said it wants to exit the country, an official application for the same is yet to be submitted to the Russian government. Uniqlo was operating almost 50 stores in Russia. Silicon Valley Bank is set to witness a fresh round of layoffs. First Citizens Bank, the firm that acquired SVB, has said that 3% of the workforce will be eliminated. This will affect about 500 positions. The First Citizen Bank CEO has clarified that the layoffs will only affect select corporate roles within SVB. Facebook's parent company Meta has slashed jobs across its business and operations units. This was the last of Meta's 3 rounds of layoffs. The company had announced in March that it will eliminate 10,000 roles. Dozens of people took to LinkedIn to announce that they had lost their jobs. WeWork has said that its CFO, Andre Fernandez, intends to resign on June 1st. Fernandez had taken up the role less than a year ago. His resignation will come just days after WeWork CEO Sandeep Mathrani announced his exit. Chief Accounting Officer Kurt Weiner will take over as the next CFO. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has said that the company might consider leaving Europe. The step will be taken if the company is not able to comply with the European Union's upcoming regulations on artificial intelligence. The EU is working on the first set of rules to govern AI globally. A draft says that the companies developing tools like ChatGPT will have to disclose any copyrighted material used to develop the system. Altman said that OpenAI will try to comply with the rules in Europe before pulling out. British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and the bosses of some of the top global artificial intelligence companies are set to work together. Their aim is to ensure that society benefits from AI. Some of these companies include OpenAI, Google DeepMind, and Anthropic. Sunak and the tech leaders discussed the risk that AI poses. They held talks on issues including disinformation and national security. US-based artificial intelligence startup Figure has raised $70 million. The funding will be used to accelerate the development of America's first autonomous humanoid. The company has been working to develop a general-purpose humanoid robots that could work in different environments. US-based news platform Semaphore has announced that it has raised $19 million in a new round of funding. Yahoo co-founder Jerry Yang is among the investors. The company's total funding has gone up to $34 million. This replaces the money Semaphore had received from Sam Bankman-Fried. Bankman-Fried is the former CEO of bankrupt crypto exchange FTX. Now on to sports. Mumbai Indians beat Lucknow Super Giants by 81 runs in yesterday's IPL playoff match. Mumbai batted first and put 182 runs on the board. Lucknow's batting order crumbled quickly. They were bowled out for just 101 runs. Mumbai's Akash Madhwal was the man of the match for his brilliant bowling. Madhwal took 5 wickets in his 3 overs while giving away just 5 runs. Now, Mumbai Indians will face Gujarat Titans in the IPL semi-final on Friday. The match will be played at Ahmedabad's Narendra Modi Stadium. The winner of the match will play against Chennai Super Kings in the final. The IPL finals will be played in Ahmedabad on Sunday. Coming to football, in La Liga, Real Madrid beat Rayo Vallecano 2-1. Before kickoff, Real Madrid showed their support to teammate Vinicius Jr. The team unfurled a banner that read, "Racists, get out of football." Vinicius was subjected to racist attacks on Sunday by fans of Valencia CF. After play began, Karim Benzema scored in the 31st minute to give Real the lead. Hosts Vallecano fought back with a goal in the 84th minute. However, Rodrigo sealed the victory for Real with a goal in the 89th minute. Meanwhile, Manchester United are planning to bring Real Madrid's Vinicius Jr. into the Premier League. Amid the ongoing fiasco at La Liga, Vinicius is considering shifting his base from Spain. According to media reports, the Red Devils are keen on signing Vinicius. Defender Jordi Alba has announced his exit from FC Barcelona after 11 years. 34-year-old Alba has played more than 450 games for Barcelona. He is the third long-serving player to leave Barcelona this season. Earlier this season, Sergio Busquets and Gerard Piqué also left the La Liga club. Inter Milan beat Fiorentina 2-1 to lift the Coppa Italia title. Fiorentina started strong with a goal in the 3rd minute. Inter made a comeback as Lautaro Martinez scored twice in the 29th and 37th minutes. With the win, Inter Milan lifted their 2nd consecutive Coppa Italia title. In badminton, Indian shuttler PV Sindhu has reached the quarterfinals at the Malaysia Masters. 6th-seeded Sindhu beat her Japanese opponent 21-16, 21-11 in straight games. She's aiming to clinch her 3rd consecutive Malaysia Masters this year. Also in the Malaysia Masters, India's HS Pranoy and Shrikant Kidambi have advanced to the men's quarterfinals. Pranoy overcame a set deficit to beat China's Li in a hard-fought match, while Kidambi cruised past his Thai opponent 21-19, 21-19 in straight sets. In athletics, Indian long jumper Murli Srishankar won gold at the international jumping meet in Greece. He produced a season's best effort of 8.18 meters to clinch the gold. This is his 2nd international gold of the season. The head of France's Olympic Committee has stepped down ahead of the Paris Olympics. Brigitte Henriques resigned amid popular calls for her to step down. She faced criticism for the alleged misuse of corporate assets. Meanwhile, she's requested the International Olympic Committee to launch an audit into the allegations. France are yet to announce an interim head of the country's Olympic Committee. The Paris Olympics are scheduled for July 2024. Moving on to entertainment, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and his fiancée Lauren Sanchez are set to sign a prenuptial agreement. The prenup will help protect their assets worth $140 billion in case the marriage doesn't work out. Bezos hadn't signed a prenup during his first marriage to Mackenzie Scott. When the marriage ended in divorce, it cost him $38 billion. Actor Billy Porter will be honored at the 2023 National Liberty Awards. The annual awards were hosted by the American civil rights organization Lambda Legal that works on LGBTQ+ rights. The event will take place in New York on the 8th of June. Actor Nick Gelfus has quit the medical drama series Chicago Med after 8 seasons. The actor played the role of Dr. Will Halstead in all 163 episodes of the series. Talking about what he wants to play next, Gelfus said that he would love to be a cowboy. K-pop singer Psy has announced the schedule for his Summer Swag 2023 concert. The singer will be heading to over 9 cities in South Korea, including Seoul, Gangwon and Busan. The first show will take place on the 30th of June. Psy will end the tour after a 2-day performance in Busan on the 27th of August. Tickets will be available from the 7th of June. Members of the Swedish pop band ABBA have ruled out a reunion at the end of 2024 Eurovision Song Contest. 2024 will mark the 50th anniversary of the band's Eurovision win. Their song Waterloo won the title in the year 1974. Singer Dominic Fike has announced his new album titled Sunburn. This will be Fike's second full-length album. It's currently available for pre-order and will be released on CD and vinyl records. The 14-song album will release on the 7th of July. Singer Dua Lipa has made her relationship with French filmmaker Romain Gavras official. She posted a series of photos with the director from the Cannes Film Festival. Gavras is best known for shooting music videos like Kanye West's No Church in the Wild and MIA's Bad Girls. Iconic singer Tina Turner has died in Switzerland after a long illness. She was 83. The singer rose to fame in the 60s and 70s with her R&B hits like Simply the Best and Proud Mary. She won 8 Grammy Awards in a career spanning 5 decades. Turner was also inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2021. This was for her contribution to music. Turner was also called the Queen of Rock and Roll. The Malaysian film Tiger Stripes has received the Grand Jury Prize at the Cannes Critics Week. It's also up for Cannes Camera d'Or Prize for the Best First Film. The film follows the journey of a 12-year-old girl who discovers a secret about her body. It marks the debut of Malaysian director Amanda Nel-Ir. The sole Iranian film at the Cannes Film Festival has been acquired for distribution in European territories. The film is titled Terrestrial Verses. It's been picked for France, Germany and Austria, among other nations. That's all for this edition of Fast and Factual. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to Firstpost.